GOP presidential candidates are working to win the hearts of Missourians.
KOMU 8 sent 2 reporters to St. Louis where 6 Republican candidates spoke at a conference. We'll start with KOMU 8's Jasmine Lee, who sat in on Rand Paul's speech.
I'm live in St. Louis at the Eagle Council, where Senator Rand Paul focused on traditional family values tonight. He discussed the cultures wars debate and said it was not constructive. Paul also emphasized the importance of He also says the culture war debate is not constructive. Paul notes there is a difference between freedom from government and freedom from morality.
We want government to leave us alone. But some people misunderstand this quest for liberty to be a quest for a society in which anything goes.
The top 11 GOP hopefuls will square off in the next Republican national debate next Tuesday. Reporting live in St. Louis, Jasmine Lee, KOMU 8 News.
All right, Jasmine, thanks. KOMU 8 has been following this story in St. Louis all weekend and sent reporters to hear presidential hopefuls Mike Huckabee and Ben Carson speak. Huckabee says the U.S. should not host Syrian refugees. He also says it's not the Supreme Court's job to make laws. Ben Carson slammed the Affordable Care Act and talked about immigration and education. Carson says he's doing well in the polls because he's not a politician, and his supporters told us they agree.
And I'm not implying that non-politicians may be the end result where we end up, but I think the public is fed up with establishment.
Suspended his campaign in St. Louis. The latest numbers from CNN showed Perry polling at less than 3%.
Republican candidates Ted Cruz and Rick Santorum also spoke today. KOMU 8's Ashley Holt is also in St. Louis with the latest.
Senators Ted Cruz and Rick Santorum expressed to voters from across the country why their platforms should make one of them the next president of the United States. Cruz shared the 5 things he would do his first day in office if he were elected. One of those priorities is investigating Planned Parenthood. He says what President Obama is doing for the organization is, quote, radical, extreme, and unreasonable.
It's wrong for Barack Obama to threaten to shut down the government. What the Congress should do is pass funding for the federal government, fund the federal government, but don't fund Planned Parenthood.
Santorum shared his stance on immigration, emphasizing that Americans, not Mexican workers, should build a wall protecting the southern border if necessary. He told the crowd his consistency sets him apart from other Republican candidates.
If you're not standing up and fighting judicial supremacy, if you're not going to stand for the First Amendment and religious liberty, and if you're not going to stand for the integrity of the American family, why the heck are you running for president as a Republican?
Though the senators have different beliefs on a variety of the country's most important issues, the one thing they can agree on is that this presidential race is still anyone's game. Reporting live in St. Louis, Ashley Holt, KOMU 8 News.
All signs point to Right to Work failing in Missouri's Republican-led legislature. Right to Work would ban workplace contracts with mandatory union fees. 9 of the 116 GOP House members told the Associated Press they'll vote against the bill if it comes up during Wednesday's session. No Democrats are expected to support it.
A political consultant joined the fight to legalize medical marijuana. Show Me Cannabis added Jack Cardetti to their team with hopes to get the marijuana initiative on the November 2016 ballot. Cardetti has experience getting Governor Jay Nixon elected. A Show Me Missouri chairman says he hopes Cardetti will bring credibility to the issue.
Just the fact that we have someone of Jack Cardetti's stature working with us will tend to increase the likelihood that potential donors will take this campaign seriously and see it as a good campaign to invest in.
Show Me Cannabis needs 160,000 signatures from Missouri voters before May of next year to get the measure on the ballot next November.
Police have arrested a suspect in connection to a fight that left 2 shot in Columbia. Officers say 21-year-old James Webb got into an argument with an unidentified 21-year-old man near the corner of Nifong and Rock Quarry Friday night. Police say the pair knew each other and were fighting over a gun when it went off and shot both of them. Webb left the scene in a car with 2 other people. Police say they saw his vehicle at a gas station and stopped him. Both Webb and the other man have been treated for non-life-threatening injuries.
A driver was heading the wrong way on Highway 63, causing a crash and leading to a search. The driver of a pickup truck was heading south in the northbound lane of Highway 63 near the Columbia Airport. That caused another driver to swerve and hit the median. No one was hurt in the incident. State Highway Patrol caught up with the wrong way driver north of Ashland. Troopers say the elderly man seemed disoriented. A witness says other drivers narrowly avoided the man.
He kept going down really, really fast on the wrong way, and everybody's just moving over really fast and trying to get out of his way, honking and trying to get his attention, but he kept on going.
Troopers did not say if they cited the wrong way driver.
Parents, listen up. Construction could throw off your normal route to school this coming week. Park DeVille Road between Broadway and Ash Street is set to close Monday and Tuesday. That will limit traffic flow on Park DeVille south of Worley. Parents at Mary Paxton Keeley Elementary are asked to use Fairview and Ash or Worley and Ash to access the school. One parent says the work could have been timed better. The school's principal says the city coordinated timing with Columbia Public Schools.
You can officially get rid of old or unwanted prescriptions safely. Cole County Sheriff's partnered with ACT Missouri to provide special bags that destroy medication when mixed with water. Sheriff's employees say they hope a drop-off program keeps pills out of the wrong hands and out of the public water supply.
A great day here in mid-Missouri, a little cooler. Let's send it over to Sydney Jackson to see what we can expect. Sydney?
And we can expect temperatures to continue to cool down. Here's a look right now across mid-Missouri at our current temps. 57 in Columbia, 53 in Jefferson City, 52 in Boonville. Sedalia still a little warmer, right at 60 degrees this evening. Here's our satellite and radar. Not a whole lot going on, just a few light clouds passing through. Most of those are out of the way, but like I said, we are going to be chilly tonight with the low right around 48 degrees, mostly clear, so it'll be a starry night. Winds will be light coming from the north. Coming up in just a little bit, we'll take a look at the rest of the weekend.
Parade floats took over the state capitol today. The cause for celebration next. The annual Capitol Jazz Fest and Parade returned to Jefferson City this afternoon. People honked horns, threw candy, waved American flags. Floats featured a wide array of groups, from plumbers and pipe fitters to the Fulton High School Marching Band. One resident says today's festivities were an extra special treat for him.
This is the first parade I've probably seen in, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 years. I've always been on active duty military. So we just decided to come down. It's a beautiful day here in Jefferson City and enjoy the parade.
A sidewalk chalk art contest and jazz music followed the parade.
More than 4 years after the Joplin tornado, the town is set to receive seedlings from the September 11th Memorial and Museum Survivor Tree Program. The memorial president says the trees convey a shared strength in the face of tragedy. The group sent seeds from after Superstorm Sandy, the Boston Marathon bombing, and the Newtown school shooting.
Arkansas State gave Mizzou all it could handle.
See if Maddie Mock could wake up and show flashes of last week. Next in sports.
You are taking a look at our time lapse over the Sedalia area today. Beautiful sunrise. Quite a bit of open sky, just had a few clouds passing through, but overall it was pretty sunny out there today. Temperatures were very comfortable, just getting into really the lower 70s throughout the day, definitely feeling like fall. Welcome back to KOMU 8 News at 10, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Our current temperatures are continuing to cool down right now in the 50s for the most part. 57 in Columbia, 53 in Jefferson City. Moberly checking in right at 54, and Sedalia still staying a little warmer, right at 60 degrees. We're going to continue to cool down tonight. Here's a look at our satellite and radar right now. Not a whole lot going on. We are going to be mostly clear throughout the evening, so it's going to be a starry night for a good portion of us and a very calm and cool night as well. But let's go ahead and break down the next couple of days for you by looking at our precipcast model. This is right around midnight tonight. Our model really isn't showing a whole lot of activity. It is going to be chilly though, as low temperatures are going to drop into the upper 40s overnight tonight. Then as you're waking up on Sunday morning, quite a bit of open sky, lots of sunshine throughout the day, and that's going to continue throughout your Sunday afternoon. Just a few light clouds passing through here or there, but overall quite a bit of open sky as we finish off your weekend. And good news is the system's going to keep sending us quite a bit of sunshine and open skies. You're waking up Monday morning, nothing going on there, not a lot of cloud cover. And that's going to continue throughout your Monday also, so definitely lots to look forward to as we're expecting the sunshine. Overnight tonight, we're looking at a low of 48 degrees. Like I said, mostly clear. It's going to be a starry night. Still a little chilly. This is definitely below average for this time of year, so it's going to feel like a chilly fall night for us, just early September too, so this definitely is a little bit of a cool down as the system has moved on through. Winds are going to be light coming from the north, just 5 to 10 miles per hour overnight tonight, so not a whole lot going on. Then taking a look at your Sunday, we're looking at a high temperature of 74 degrees. Lots of sunshine throughout the day. It's going to be a very pleasant day. It is going to be a little warmer than it was today, just by a couple of degrees, but overall a very wonderful day to spend some time outside at the lake. Winds are going to remain light coming from the south, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Let's go ahead and take a look at the SunSense numbers. We're going to go with the 6 for tomorrow, and as always, that's brought to you by Despain KC Dermatology Center and Medical Spa. So even though temperatures are going to be a little cooler, definitely don't want to forget the sunscreen, hat, and sunglasses if you are outside at the pool or at the lake. And taking a look at this upcoming week, we do have a little bit of a warm-up. Temperatures are going to go back into the 80s as we start off this week. But good news is, take a look at that sunshine for the next couple of days. We are going to warm up just a little bit. Towards the end of the week, though, is when we're going to have that chance for some showers and thunderstorms. Wednesday night into Thursday and Friday, we still have that lingering chance. We are going to warm up a little bit with high temperatures in the mid-80s, but still, even 80s is still very comfortable.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you so much, Sydney. History made at the Elias Hickman game.
Find out what had the Crusaders jumping for joy next in sports.
Here are your lottery numbers. Good luck.
Now from the Ford Sports Desk, KOMU 8 Sports.
Close one for the Tigers as they escaped Jonesboro with the win over the Arkansas State Red Wolves. But the game was close to not even being played at Jonesboro. KOMU 8's Phil Bergman is live in Jonesboro for our coverage from Mizzou's big win.
Good evening, and this was a crazy finish today here in Jonesboro. Now, what a lot of people don't remember is that when this game was scheduled back in 2013, this game was supposed to be in St. Louis at Busch Stadium, but Arkansas State requested for it to be tonight for the opening, or the reopening, I should say, of Centennial Bank Stadium here in Jonesboro. And this was almost a great finish for Arkansas State in their brand new game here in Jonesboro, but instead Mizzou did come away with the 27-20 victory. Now, up at the press box, there were a few things I did notice that I would like to mention today. In the first half, the Tigers did look quite lackadaisical, and Arkansas State in their all-red uniforms kind of looked a little bit like red ants just running around the boys in white today. Mizzou also showed that they really need to find help at running back, as Russell Hansbrough continues to be bothered by this leg injury, and he did just walk by us a few minutes ago, and he is wearing a boot on his right leg today. Mizzou running backs did combine for under 70 yards on more than 15 carries, with Matty Mock leading the way rushing. However, there were a few bright spots today for the Tigers, as Sean Colkin did emerge himself as a receiving tight end, something that many fans have been wanting from him for quite some time. And sophomore receiver Nate Brown is proving to be Matty Mock's top target, as he had one great receiving touchdown earlier in the game today. And now on the defensive side, Kentrell Brothers is clearly making a name for himself to be the defensive standout for Mizzou this year. Last week against SEMO, he had 16 tackles, and then this week he had, make a guess, yes, 16 tackles again. Plus, he had 2 key interceptions, including the one big interception at the end of the fourth quarter to seal Missouri's win. The Tigers will be off until next Saturday when they take on UConn, who is 2-0 and coming off a big win against Army earlier today at Faurot Field for Families Weekend. This is the Tiger Stripe game, so definitely visit mutigers.com to see whether you're in a black section or a gold section at the stadium when we paint the stadium with Tiger Stripes. Kickoff is set for 11 a.m. Central Time next Saturday. Reporting live from Centennial Bank Stadium in Jonesboro, Arkansas, Phil Bergman, KOMU 8 Sports.
Georgia kicking off the afternoon with a little SEC East versus SEC East action in Nashville. Now, while Nick Chubb for Georgia gets most of the attention for the Bulldogs, Sonny Michel isn't a bad option as well. She shows the ability to find a seam, break a few tackles, and find the end zone for a 31-yard run to go up 14-3. Now, Vanderbilt struggling to find a rhythm on offense all afternoon. Quarterback Johnny McCrary forces this one. Georgia picks it off. Georgia ends up winning this game 31-14. Now, Tennessee was up big early, but OU driving late. Baker Mayfield makes an amazing throw to the back of the end zone. Sterling Shepard comes down with it. This game is heading to overtime. Now, both teams score in the first OT, but in the second OT, Sterling Shepard again, showing off the dance moves, gets into the end zone. That's going to put up 31 points for the Sooners. They're going to go up 31-24. Last chance for Tennessee. Josh Dobbs finds Oklahoma, not Tennessee. That's going to end the game as Oklahoma takes this one 31-24 in double OT. Brandon Allen in Arkansas taking on Gary Pinkel's former team Toledo in Little Rock today. Third quarter, Toledo up 9-7, but better make that 16-7 as Damian Jones-Moore takes the handoff, follows blockers, and finds the pay dirt. Put his team up 9 against the 18th ranked Arkansas Razorbacks. Now, it's not looking good, but they have one more chance. 1 second left. Brandon Allen escapes the pocket, heaves it to the end zone, but it's a little high and away from the receiver. Toledo pulls off the upset, their first win against an SEC opponent in school history. Kentucky at South Carolina. The Wildcats looking for back-to-back wins for the first time for South Carolina since 1998. That may change tonight as UK ties this game up on a Horton rushing touchdown, and then all Wildcats from then on. This time they call in JoJo Kemp. He runs it in for 6. That's going to put them up again, and now it's the quarterback's turn. Patrick Tolles scrambles, finds no one open, takes the hit, gets into the end zone. Kentucky wins this one 26-22. Now, Hickman's looking for its first win of the season versus Helias in Jefferson City. The Cupies have lost 12 of their last 13 games, dating back to last year. Helias is sidelined, ready to go for the game, and so is their quarterbacks. Alex Fadul with the keep, takes it 70 yards for the score. His third touchdown of the day. Hickman sidelined, pretty quiet at that point. But running back Elijah Crum trying to get some momentum going for the Cupies. Look at him, shaking off tacklers like they're nothing. Keeps going, keeps moving his feet. Finally goes down. It would end up being a 22-yard gain. The QB loving it in spite of the score. And then there's some history in the making. Junior kicker Sam Heckart connects on the 47-yard field goal to set a new Helias school record. They would end up winning this one 39-6. Hickman still looking for that first win. Now, the Cardinals showing what seems to be a bit of vulnerability lately for the first time all season, losing 6 of their last 8. Now, Cards and the Reds last night was suspended by weather. Let's pick it up in the bottom of the 8th. Broxton Miller pitching for the Cards in a tie game, but Adam Duvall changed the tie in a hurry as the ball gets just past the wall and the outstretched arm of Hayward to make it 4-2. Now we're going to head to the bottom of the 9th, and when you hit to the bottom of the 9th against the Reds, that only means one thing. Aroldis Chapman and his 101-mile-per-hour pitch, that's going to get out Matt Carpenter. They lose this one by a pair, but they had the chance to come back in Game 2 later in the day. Now, after a short break, Game 2 was underway at the Great American Ballpark. Lynn on the mound for the Cardinals, but Shoemaker ends his no runs through 4 with a 3-run shot to right field. Cards now down 3-1 to the Reds. Now a little bit later, 2 men on base. Brandon Moss at bat with a chance to bring in a run. Looks at the pitch, which ends up being strike 3 as Des Glafini picks up his 10th strikeout of the day. Bottom of the 8th, Reds add some insurance here as they win this one 5-1. Now the Royals are also struggling as of late, losing 6 of their last 7. But with bases loaded in the 7th, the Moose, Mike Moustakas, hits a grand slam to put the Royals up 11-7. That's Moustakas' 17th homer of the year. Now, his 18th wouldn't come too much later. 8th inning, it's a 3-run shot this time as the Royals pile it on for a 14-6 victory over the Orioles. Moustakas tied a franchise record with 9 RBIs this game. That's going to do it for sports.